Hey there, it's Dave. Day 9 after my surgery for my nose. So just real quick to go over what surgery I'm talking about. I had deviated septum fixed. I had the turbinates in my sinuses reduced. I had my tonsils removed. And I had, what else? Oh, a little bit of my soft palate. My uvula is now gone. And my soft palate has been reduced. The surgeon, just a little bit. If you take too much of the soft palate, your voice changes, and that's not fun. But it seems like it turned out okay. So let me go over, what's happened in the past 3 or 4 days. Again, I spoke in my last update about keeping up with your medication. Stay ahead of it. It's a great thing to wean yourself off of narcotic medications as soon as you can. And I'm all for that. I want to help you do that. But here's not how to do it. Don't go and ask yourself, it's been 4 hours. I'm allowed to take it again. Do I feel like I need it? No, you're not going to feel like you feel like, oh, I have a little pain, but I don't need these narcotics at 4 hours. So I'll just wait until I feel pain, and then I'll take the next dose. That's not the way to do it. You'll make yourself miserable and suffer for no good reason. The way to do it is to plan it with very gentle increments in the duration, the period of your medication cycle. So make a plan. Don't wait to see how you feel at the end of your 4 hours. Instead, say, well, I'm going to take it 4 hours and 10 minutes. Or the next time I'm going to take it at 4 hours and 20 minutes. Okay? Because if you wait to see how you feel at 4 hours, you're always going to feel real brave. Like, yeah, I don't need this medication right now, blah, blah, blah. By the time you start to feel any pain and a desire for the medication, your saturation level, your blood level of that medication is already going to be too low. And you're going to take another dose. It's not going to have the same effect that you hoped for. And it's going to take half an hour to kick in. You're going to end up with an entire period of high pain, of discomfort and pain, real pain, not just the discomfort that you thought you felt so you took your medication. It's going to turn into real pain before your medication kicks in. So that's what I have to say about the medication, okay? Yeah, first off, give yourself 5 or 6 days of taking it as soon as you can, okay? And then start to wean yourself off, all right? Don't be ashamed to take it, like they says every 4 hours. Take it every 4 hours. There's no reason for you to have to suffer through this, because this type of surgery can be extremely painful even for 5 or 6 days afterward. Now, then there's the next phase where the pain starts to go away, because the pain starts to go away quickly, and that may make you feel really brave. But here's the thing that you don't realize. One of the reasons the pain goes away is because you have dissolving stitches in the back of your throat, and they're going to start to break. They're going to start to break in your sleep or while you're eating, and you don't feel it break, but it feels good. All of a sudden you feel really good, right? Oh, wow, I feel so much better after having that meal. Or you wake up for your next meds and suddenly you feel like you don't need them. Wow, I feel great. Almost half of my pain is gone. Well, the reason is because 1 or 2 of your stitches broke. And that's fine. But the problem now is that you have these plastic stents in your nose. They're sometimes they call them stents. Sometimes they call them splints. The point is they're acting as splints for your deviated septum. And between the stitches and the splints, they're dangling in the back of your throat. And what's going to happen is the more that happens, the less pain you feel, but the more gagging you're going to have. And let me tell you something. You don't want to gag and retch while you have more stitches in your throat, or even just a sore throat. It just is not, it's just painful, and it builds up more inflammation. So again, just because your stitches break and you feel better, you're not out of the woods yet. I went through 1 or 2 days where I had almost uncontrollable gagging. There was almost nothing I could do because these stitches were dangling at the back of my throat, and anytime I moved my tongue or swallowed, it felt like, you know, when there's peanut butter in the back of your throat and it won't go down, or and it just felt like somebody was pulling the string back up my throat after each time I swallowed. And that's not a good feeling. And neither is gagging when you have a sore throat or an injury in your throat, scabs and stitches still left there. That's not a good feeling. Just keep taking your medications, even if you're weaning yourself off. Just keep up with that. Don't suffer through those. You should be happy that things are getting better. Don't ruin it by being overly brave and skipping your medications. Now, here we are at day 9, and I have my follow-up appointment with the surgeon, and I'm pretty sure he's going to pull these plastic stents out of my nose. I'll tell you what's funny is I didn't even know they were there for the first 2 days I was home. I couldn't see them. I couldn't imagine that the doctor sent me home with a broken septum without any tape or tape on the outside. I'd seen other people that had tape on the outside and bridges of cast hard plastic across their nose. I didn't understand what that was for, and I was wondering, like, why don't I have that? So I called the doctor's office, and the nurse told me, like, yeah, you have plastic splints inside your nose. I was like, what? And I looked, and sure enough, I won't show you right now. I don't know if you can see it. All right, warning. Here's a graphic warning. If you don't want to see boogers and dried blood, then don't look, okay? If you look real closely in here, you might be able to see that I have plastic stents in my nose. I don't know if you can see that. Honey, is this a good view? Can you see the stents?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And boogers.
And boogers. Sorry. Okay. So people in other cars are watching me shine the camera up my nose. This is fun. So here's the thing. Those plastic things go all the way to the back of my palate in my nose, and every time I swallow, they touch the back of my throat. All right, so hold on, Marie. So I'm hoping that they'll remove them today. If he removes them today, I feel like there's nothing stopping me now. I just have to be careful not to break my septum again because it's probably weak. But I feel like there's going to be no more pain or gagging as soon as he removes those, because all the stitches now in my throat, apparently. So I was desperate because I just kept gagging and gagging and gagging, and I had to call into the doctor, and they never called me back. It's 2 days later. They never called me back about that. So I'm going to have a couple of words with his nurse about that today. But yeah, so hopefully all the pain is gone. I don't really feel any pain, but there is still the discomfort of these foreign objects pressing against. They're kind of pressing against the back of my throat. They're not just touching there. They're like resting against it like this. Like these two plastic things on my palate resting against the back of my throat. And I think probably that has to do with they're measured for people who have a full palate. And, for people who have had part of their palate cut away, they're resting kind of on the edge of my freshly dissected palate. So that was a major source of pain. It's now no longer painful, but I can still feel them there, and I want them to be gone. So hopefully we'll do that now, and afterward we will go. Hopefully they'll let me film it. All right, that's enough for today. Good luck. Stay on your meds. Take your meds. Don't suffer through it. I'll see you in a little bit. Right here, it'll stay real good.
Did you guys have a good day at school?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
I learned I'm making I'm telling people about the game, and then also
Are you studying math?
yes,
What'd you do in math today?
I did number line.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, did you learn that when you come to Dr. Phil's office, you get prizes?
No.
Yeah.
Whoa, look
They
at
should have
that.
taught you that. Because it's
Wow.
true. It's true.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So just talk me through this before we go
Right.
to this.
Let me look. So the first thing I do is I gotta cut this little stitch in
Yeah.
the front.
All right. But when you pull it out, so can you gag or anything? Or aren't you gonna spray first?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez.
You're halfway done.
Thanks a lot. Oh,
There you're done. Now, is that worth getting all gussied up for?
Can I say this?
You can have them, you can bronze them.
No, it's all right.
The only thing I ask is don't sell them on eBay
No, I don't want it. It's all right.
or Craigslist.
Now, do you have to go in here and clean stuff out? Or
I
can we just
don't.
leave it?
I don't,
Can
but
I just
you'll,
wipe
you'll
first?
feel better.
It will?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm just nervous about, I know there's a broken bone in there, or there was a broken bone.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping better? Can you tell
I
already?
thought that would get rid of the thing in the back of my throat, but it's still a little bit sore.
Well, that's gonna take some time to heal.
Actually, I feel like it's getting better, but
Give Kleenex up,
yeah.
some aspirin. That's when we look.
What do you want me, am I gonna have a bunch of stuff come out?
Well, you could, but I'm gonna suck it out.
All right, well, I need another tissue, I think.
One per customer. Probably good. That's all we get. Voila.
Thanks.
I'm trying not to make this a big deal with the young eyes in it.
No, I know.
So if you want me to stop for any reason, tell me.
It's pretty nifty. It's all right, bud. Everything's cool.
That's doing great. Put him out and clean it up. You like it?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot better.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Still, I feel like there's still more stuff that's gonna come out, right?
No, there's all that is swelling. Say
Okay,
hi.
look.
Say hi. So that's healing. Well, there's a couple stitches left.
Man, that's a pain when they come out because it's just gagging and gagging and gagging.
Well,
Is there nothing you can do about that?
If I cut them, I have to dig
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the tissue
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it hurts, and it's caused some healing to have to sort of start over.
Right.
So I would prefer to not.
Right.
So
Is there anything I can, like, it's probably gonna cause more gagging again when they break, aren't they?
not
Well, I
really.
think the ones
I think
that,
the more that the swelling goes down, then the less you'll have that.
okay, cool.
All right, you were a very good boy, and I'm going to make you an airplane that you can take home.
Wow.
You didn't think this was for you, did you? You did? Well, why would you get it? Your dad did all the work, right? Huh?
Thanks.